वेलकम टू सवाल दैट मैटर्स। एक सवाल जो सबको मैटर करता है वो ये है कि क्या जानवर भी बोल सकते हैं? शायद उनकी भाषा हमें समझ नहीं आती, पर हमारी भाषा तो उनको डेफिनेटली समझ में आती है। एंड व्यूअर्स, ट्रस्ट मी, all of this is out of my own experience. Today, I am going to introduce a very special guest, and I'm sure many of you must not be aware of this. आपने क्या पेट कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में सुना है कभी? सुन के आपको हैरानी तो बहुत हुई होगी कि पेट कम्युनिकेशन, ये कौन सी नई चीज आ गई भाई। पेट पेरेंटिंग तो सुना था, फॉरेंट तो सुना था, अब पेट कम्युनिकेशन भी कुछ ऐसा होता है। तो जी हाँ, आज हमारे पॉडकास्ट पे इस एपिसोड में बहुत ही स्पेशल गेस्ट हैं हमारे साथ। एंड प्लीज वेलकम, जॉइन मी इन वेलकमिंग उमा कारवे. she's an interspecies telepathic animal communicator. Hi Uma, and welcome to Sawal That Matters.
Hi dog mommy, thank you for having me on your lovely podcast.
Uma, first of all, because I am aware of it, but I'm sure a lot of people don't know about it, and that was the reason I invited you and you gracefully agreed for an episode on Sawal That Matters on this very important issue. Can you please explain this to our viewers कि आखिर पेट कम्युनिकेशन होता क्या है? कुछ साल पहले तक ऑनेस्टली मुझे भी इसके बारे में कोई आइडिया नहीं था, बट नाउ लेट्स लिसन इट फ्रॉम Uma's words.
So it is a way in which we communicate telepathically, means without the need of physically being there. So when you're physically there, you can see expressions on a face, you can see gestures, you can see the tone of voice, everything that you can see and feel and experience firsthand, right? That is in person. Telepathically, it is similar to that. The only thing is that you get those emotions, those feelings, those words, those descriptions vividly from animals. So you don't have to personally be there, which is the beauty of it. You can sit here and talk to a dog in Honolulu, or you can talk to a horse in China. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be present at the spot. It works beautifully. With this, you can talk to animals who have passed on also, those who are alive also, of course. And any animal, any bird, whatever. Yes, we don't need them to be, even if they have passed on, they still communicate with us just the way they would when they are alive, because we are connected to the soul.
Uma, how do you do that? I mean, I'm sure because you are a practitioner over a period of time. I think it's been more than 10 years now, because when I got in touch with you, that is also a story of 2022 or 23 if I'm not wrong. तो आपने मुझे तभी बताया था कि आपको एक डेकेड हो चुका था ये प्रैक्टिस करते हुए. सो बिफोर वी गेट डीपर इनटू इट, आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आखिर ये आप करते कैसे हो? हाउ डू यू डू दैट?
So, करना तो बहुत आसान है. इफ यू आस्क मी, मैं भी कर सकती हूँ, आप भी कर सकते हो, हम सब ये कर रहे हैं, बट वी आर नॉट अवेयर कि हम ये कर रहे हैं. ओके तो जैसे कि आप किचन में जाओ और आपके पेट का बोल ऑफ वाटर एम्प्टी है, तो हाउ डिड यू नो दैट यू हैड टू गो टू द किचन? हाउ डिड यू सडनली लुक एट द बोल ऑफ वाटर and realize कि it is not full? This is all part of telepathic animal communication that happens between us and our pets on a daily basis.
Actually, Uma, I understand what you're saying, but my next question is, you specifically spoke about pets. So is it possible, because you are an interspecies communicator, so can you just break that down for us कि आप सिर्फ कुत्ते बिल्ली से ही बात नहीं करते, you can speak to multiple other animals. क्या ऐसा भी होता है?
Yes. आपके घर में कोई बर्ड आ रहा है, बार बार आ रहा है, जैसे मुझे रिक्वेस्ट आती है, बहुत बार क्रोज आते हैं, तो हमारे शास्त्रों के अनुसार दिस इज व्हाट वी आर टॉट कि क्रो यानी कि हमारे कोई पूर्वज आ रहे हैं. तो लोगों के ऐसे बहुत सवाल होते हैं कि क्यों आ रहा है, क्या है. इसके जवाब भी मैनिफोल्ड होते हैं कि देयर इज नथिंग कि एक क्रो आ रहा है तो वो आपका कोई पूर्वज है, ऐसा नहीं है. टॉकिंग टू वाइल्ड एनिमल्स या फिर टॉकिंग टू insects, everything is possible, simply because we are all connected with each other, we are all one with the universe, as I keep saying. So it is all easily possible.
Uma, is there any science which backs animal communication? Because I'm sure a lot of viewers who must be watching this, they will be looking for answers कि इसके पीछे का लॉजिक क्या है, क्योंकि अदरवाइज लोगों को लगेगा कि हम अंधविश्वासी बातें कर रहे हैं. सो इज देयर अ साइंस व्हिच बैक्स दिस?
That's a very good question, Diksha. The thing here is when science comes into play, हमें एक फॉर्मूला चाहिए, एक इक्वेशन चाहिए जिसका रिजल्ट ऑलवेज x प्लस वाई इज इक्वल टू z ऐसा होना चाहिए. हाँ, बट टेलीपैथिक एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन में एवरी एनिमल इज डिफरेंट, एवरी ह्यूमन इज डिफरेंट, इसलिए देर इज नो वन फॉर्मूला, वन टिपिकल साइंटिफिक अप्रोच यहाँ पर एप्लीकेबल है ही नहीं. It's very individualistic. You can say it is energy work, you can say it is just, it's actually as simple as breathing. I communicate with you, it's the same way that I communicate with my mother, it's the same way I communicate with my Boo and Wag, and it is just the same way that I communicate with Gabru and Simba. So it's as simple as our breath actually, and once you do it, you'll realize that wow, this is really as simple and possible.
Uma, here I want to understand, can you share an example with us so that viewers will understand what exactly animal communication is? I mean, I want to understand कि कोई ऐसा आपके पूरे करियर में, एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन के करियर में कोई ऐसा बहुत ही लाइफ चेंजिंग अगर एग्जाम्पल आप हमारे साथ शेयर कर सको कि जहाँ पे आपने किसी एनिमल के साथ कम्युनिकेट किया और फिर वो किसी सिचुएशन से बाहर निकल के आया या बचा है. Anything which you would like to share with my viewers?
So एक एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ मैं आपको, एक मिसिंग कैट का वेरी रिसेंट केस. जनरली जब एनिमल्स मिसिंग हो जाते हैं, मिसिंग यानी कि क्या, जो उनकी जगह है, लाइक उनका घर होगा या फिर अगर कम्युनिटी डॉग्स है तो स्ट्रीट होगी, जो कुछ भी है, वहाँ पर वो नहीं है, यानी कि ह्यूमन कॉन्टेक्स्ट में वो मिसिंग है. सो ऐसे एक पालतू बिल्ली है जिसके लिए मुझे फोन किया गया था. तो शी रैन अवे फ्रॉम हर हाउस एंड शी रैन अवे ऑफ हर ओन फ्री विल. ऐसा कुछ डिसाइड करके निकली नहीं थी कि मैं भाग जाऊंगी या मुझे ऐसा कुछ है. बस दरवाजा खुला था, मैंने सोच लिया मैं चले जाऊं, तो मैं चली गई. एंड फिर ओनर्स व फ्रैंटिक, कहाँ गए. तो फर्स्ट थिंग इज कि मैंने बिल्ली को पूछा कि आपको वापस आना है क्या. द मिनट द कैट सेड यस, then I was asked her, can you show me anything around you? What are you seeing? So she showed me, I could hear the pitter patter of children's feet.
Okay.
तो मैंने उनको बोला कि बच्चों की आवाज आ रही है और ये आपके घर के बिल्कुल नजदीक है, तो क्या आपके यहाँ कोई छोटे बच्चे हैं क्या? So he said हाँ, हमारे बाजू वाले कंपाउंड में. Next thing she showed me is a yellow color car. So मैंने सोचा कि येलो, गोल्डन येलो ऐसा कलर था. तो मैंने उनको पूछा आपके यहाँ पार्किंग में कोई येलो गोल्डन कार है क्या? तो उन्होंने बोला येलो तो नहीं है लेकिन गोल्डन कलर कार है, वो भी हमारे बाजू वाले घर में है. सर ओके. फिर वो ब्यूटीफुल कैट दैट शी वाज, शी डिस्क्राइब्ड कि उनके कंपाउंड के सामने क्या दिख रहा था, उनके कंपाउंड के बगल में क्या दिख रहा था. फिर आई टोल्ड देम ऑल ऑफ दिस. दे सेड yeah. So they said that yes, this is exactly matching what we can see in and around the house. I said okay fine, then ask the cat again, where should they look for you? So the cat said look where the yellow car is. I said okay fine. So I told them that, and they went to the yellow car, and there was the cat happy sitting around staring at the world.
And when they had a happily ever after.
Absolutely. And this was like they called me, and within 2.5 hours the cat was gone. But there are cases like this, Diksha, where an animal who does not want to be found, who has decided that I am going on my next whatever adventure that I am on, will not be found. So भले ही humans चाहे कि मुझे clues चाहिए, मुझे उसको घर लाना है, वो बाहर रह नहीं सकता क्योंकि घर में इतने साल रहा है. But the animals have a mind of their own, and they're very clear and very confident कि बाहर जाके क्या होना है. You know, missing cases, you have gone through that.
True, very true. Uma, here I want to ask you, because this is a very important question when it comes to the community. And if I say community, तो community dogs भी हैं and plus और भी dogs हैं. आपने बोला कि कई dogs अपनी will से बाहर निकलते हैं, and it's a very deeper subject. Gradually we'll get into it, but कई dogs unfortunately they are abandoned by their owners. So Have you ever got in touch with somebody, any case जहाँ पे dog abandonment या cat abandonment हो गया हो, and did you get an opportunity to rescue or speak to that poor child?
Yeah. So here the question, Diksha, is generally who rescued who? Did the animal rescue the human or did the human rescue the animal?
It's always the animals who rescue humans. I am a
Yes.
total believer of that.
Yes. So there are cases where, for example, people come to me saying, "Oh, I wanted my dog, but my remaining family members have gone and left him far away, and now I can't find him. So what do I do?" So in this case, where animals are the ones who decide. So where animals have said they want to be found, they generally are. But here, if their journey is to part ways, then do what you want. Their journey is to part ways. They will not be found. So yes, there are cases like this where they are not found, and the humans suffer a lot because of the way we are attached to our animals.
And I mean, since you said that animals decide their future course of action and their adventure, and again I would like to tell this to all the viewers कि शायद आपको ये अभी मजाक लग रहा हो, क्योंकि you might or might not have been through an animal's love, but when you start living with an animal, you actually understand that they are they are higher beings. आज तक हमें समझाया जाता था कि इनको क्या पता, इनको कुछ नहीं समझ में आता, but to my surprise, and I'm sure Uma will also explain this to us, कि animals are higher beings and they understand not just what is in spoken language, but even emotions, body language, everything. So Uma, I would want you to take this forward from here.
So there was this lovely Doberman that I was talking to, and they gave me, amongst the host of fun things that he shared with me, the dog, the family told me that the only people he's scared of are people in safari suits. There were a lot of people in safari suits. So I said, okay, fine. So I was talking to the dog, and then he told me that he was born in a home where there were people in safari suits all the time. So safari suits would be equated with what? Like bodyguards and basically security.
Okay.
And they were the ones who brought him up, and they were the ones who disciplined him before he came to the current house that he stays in. So his mother, as in the dog mother, taught him that these people were to be obeyed, and that's what he carried with him in this house. And he used to play like a little puppy with everybody else, but the minute anybody in a safari suit said, "Come here," or "Sit," or "Stay," or "Drop it," or whatever, immediately our boy used to be the most obedient Doberman ever. And he's not a small sized Doberman, he's a bada, hatta katta, handsome boy he is. And then he used to act like this. I thought that was really cute. So like here, the first 2 months or something that he was with his mother, she taught him what was to be done, how it was to be done. And he came with that same thing to this house. So he thought that anybody who is not in a safari suit is a friend. And the bosses are the ones in the suits. Then another example I wanted to give you is this another very sweet girl, dog. And her human had recently split from her partner, not work partner, like a relationship. And the dog started describing the boy that she was with, and she started telling me, you know what, this boy lacked ambition, zero ambition. He used to live off her money, and he used to treat her badly also, and still she spent so much time with him. Not just that, when she actually broke up with this man, she actually had thoughts of going back to him. And the dog said that, "I'm trying to tell her it's not necessary. Can you please knock sense into her?" So I told her that he's saying all of this, and this is the physical description of the man that your doggy is sharing with me. So can you please tell me what the current status is? She says, "Yeah, we have broken up, but I was thinking that, what if he comes back?" So I told her what her doggy requested her to do, and left it at that. So if it is good for you, they will tell you as much as if it is bad for you, they will share that as well, without a doubt. Okay, so higher beings is absolutely the right word, Diksha, here. To give you an example of this, there was a tortoise that I was talking to. This girl got married, and along with her, she took her tortoise to her in-laws' house. And while the tortoise stayed there happily, the girl got busy with her married life, and she stopped paying enough attention to the little thing. So little animal, little in the sense size. Then one day the mother-in-law got really fried, and she called me and she said, you know, we have a tortoise in the house, but nobody really pays attention. We only look out for the food and all that. So can you please talk and find out? So the tortoise told me that yes, it's true, she doesn't give me attention. Please ask her to. I'm sure she knows that she has to, but you can tell her that I would be really happy if she spends more time with me. But apart from that, if you ask me how my life is, my life here is really good. I get good food. I get to listen to a lot of chit chat and conversation. There is always something or the other happening in the house, and it's fun to observe new people and new situations. Having said all of this, the lady wanted to know if there was a message that the tortoise had for them. So the tortoise told me that the lady's husband, as in the father-in-law, he had lent money to people a while ago, and the money was not coming back. So the tortoise said that it is time that you ask them for the money, because till you ask them for the money is not going to come back. So the lady was absolutely flabbergasted. She said, how did you know this? I said, I didn't, but clearly the tortoise does.
Because he is observing.
So she went observing, listening, and they know things that you can't even imagine that they know. So the tortoise told us that you have to ask, and only then will you get it. So they decided that yes, they would ask for the money.
I'm sure लोगों को ये काफी सरप्राइजिंग लगेगा, क्योंकि अगेन आई रिपीट दिस, टिल द टाइम मुझे नहीं पता चला था कि ऐसा कुछ होता है. एंड आई एम श्योर जिन्होंने भी एनिमल कम्युनिकेशन के बारे में सुना है, पढ़ा है, जाना है, वो इससे रिलेट कर पाएंगे. बिकॉज till a few years back, even I wasn't aware of this, but thanks to Uma, she helped me find my lost boy. And उसके बाद से तो it's a never ending friendship. And finally I thought that people like me, because I am a journalist, I am a communicator, through me people should know more about what this animal communication is. So Uma, now here I want to understand from you, जैसे आपने डिस्क्राइब किया कि एक कैट घूम गई थी, फिर कैट ने अपनी सराउंडिंग डिस्क्राइब करी. So when you talk to an animal, any animal, how do they communicate? क्योंकि उनकी लैंग्वेज, और जैसे अगर मैं बोलूँ गोल्डन कार, ब्लैक कार, या फिर यहाँ पेड़ है, यहाँ कुछ है, ये तो हमारी ह्यूमंस की भाषा है ना. हाउ डू एनिमल्स मेक यू अंडरस्टैंड, कैसे कम्युनिकेट करते हैं वो कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं, कहाँ पे हैं, इवन इफ दे आर सेफ और नॉट.
तो जैसे ही जब हम दोनों बात करते हैं, हम इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज करते हैं थ्रू वर्ड्स, through showing things, through describing things, through smells, through actions, वैसे ही animals भी हमें ऐसे ही चीजें describe करते हैं.
Okay.
So there's nothing different in the way that they communicate या ऐसा कुछ, एकदम it is just the way we talk to each other.
And Uma, because if a family has only pets and they do not have a human baby, but हमने काफी ऐसे वीडियोस देखे हैं जहाँ पे dogs or cats, they get to know that the owner or the female in the house is about to give birth to a child. So and plus also there are service dogs. इंडिया में ये कॉन्सेप्ट इतना अभी लोगों को पता नहीं है, तो इंडिया में नहीं होते, बट बाहर तो सर्विस डॉग्स भी होते हैं. सो व्हाट सेंस ऑफ एनिमल्स मेक्स देम रियलाइज कि क्या घर में एक नई लाइफ आने वाली है, या फिर कोई अगर उनका ओनर बीमार है, या कोई फीमेल डिलीवर करने वाली है, या कुछ भी प्रॉब्लम्स है, कि एनिमल्स को सेंस कैसे होता है?
because they are higher beings than us, as you said, Diksha. They know a lot more than you can even imagine. If we, अगर हम भी उन जैसे free giving, easy to accept love and to give love also, उतने easy और simple जिंदगी अगर हम भी जी ले, तो even we can do that. Our senses, लेकिन we are not taught कि telepathic communication is a possibility in school. So we have not learned it, we have pushed it somewhere at the side. That's how I like to believe in it. Similarly, animal senses are so much in tune. They just know stuff that you can't even imagine that they will know. So when it comes to their sense of smell, bomb detection dogs, narcotic detection dogs, all of them are trained that way. But when it comes to a new life specifically, it's magical the way they just know things and the way they share these things with us. So a dog who would be jumpy would suddenly stop jumping on the mother because she's going to become a mother. Things like this are to be experienced, to be believed almost.
And Uma, here I would also want you to explain this to us, because ये तो हमने animal communication की बात कर ली. But now if we get deeper into it, since we said we spoke about it and we discussed that every animal is at a higher it is a higher being than what humans are, because हमारी sixth sense, हम इतना अभी अपने surroundings को absorb नहीं करते जितना animals करते हैं. So आप मुझे ये समझा सकते हो क्या हुआ कि जो animals होते हैं, are they aware of their like, are they going to pass away? Are they aware of it?
Yes, they are, Diksha. Couple of years back, there was a German Shepherd I was talking to, a nice family based in Goa and living a very good life. And the lady wanted to know how long he would live. So generally, if an animal is really unwell or whatever, then you ask them how much time do you need, especially when humans are unable to make a decision. So there was this German Shepherd and she wanted, so humans are not, when they can't make a decision about what to do, whether to put an animal to sleep or let it go through it, or let the animal go through its share of suffering or whatever it is. That's the time they generally tend to ask, how long does the animal have? So in this case also, they asked, does this dog have? So when I asked the dog, he said, I have got 3 days and just tell her to manage till then. This dog was walking, he was eating, he was fine. Okay, so according to me, any animal, or according to anybody, any animal who's walking and eating seems to be good.
Fine, yeah.
But in 3 days, he said he would go and he was gone.
Oh my god. That's
so they know. But the thing is, animals decide how much information to share. How much information you really need to know comes forward from them. To phrase it better, how much information do you really need to know comes forward from animals.
But Uma, again, this is a very spiritual discussion now that I'm going to have with you. क्या हमारा कोई कार्मिक रिलेशन होता है अपने एनिमल्स के साथ?
कभी कभी होता है. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू जनरलाइज एनीथिंग and say हाँ सभी animals के साथ karmic relation होता है. One way or the other, all our karmas are connected to each other. That goes without saying. But कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि last life में कुछ रह गया हो तो इस life में आके वो पूरा कर रहे हैं, या whatever companionship होगी, या फिर understanding होगा, या फिर कुछ सेवा बाकी है. That does happen, yes. But with every animal, I don't want to say yes to that.
And Uma, here, because when you see the suffering around, and especially for all the community animals, be it dogs, cats, cows, horses, donkeys, any animal, उनकी life is not as great as domesticated animals जो हमारे pets होते हैं. तो have they chosen this path for themselves?
Yes, they do choose this path for themselves as well in many cases. They choose the path, whether it is suffering the way we understand suffering, or whether it is joy the way we understand it. For example, a dog who chooses to live in a house where he is given a lot of attention and good food and plenty of exercise and is allowed to be a dog, we would think that, wow, that's a great life. And probably the dog has chosen it because he wants that great life, right? Similarly, you look at all these pack animals or animals who are used to transport things. And for us, it is difficult to see it, us as in for humans, it is difficult to see that they are going through so much of trouble to carry so much load. Yes, it is difficult physically, but if you talk to them, you get different answers.
Okay.
What we see as suffering is not essentially suffering according to them. So, my favorite example I'll give you, I was talking to a three-legged dog, and he tells me that, oh, this is a very recent case. So this is a Rottweiler based in Mumbai, and his leg was amputated just a couple of months ago. And I was talking to him, and he showed himself as a very happy, very content dog and all. And in the pictures, I had already seen that one leg is missing. So I asked him, I said, there's a leg missing. So he said, yeah, so? I said, well, you're a Rottweiler, you're big, and you have a leg missing. Doesn't that hamper your movements every day? He said, no, I don't have too much to do now. It's not like I have to go gallivanting. I manage pretty well. I eat, I sleep, I manage tiny walks, and my humans take care of me a lot. Plus, here, ever since I have become part of this family, I am there to listen to what all happens. Again, this was also interestingly a household where there was a lot of activity all the time. People coming, people going, and a huge buzz around the place. So he said that anybody who comes here, my humans are so welcoming. I am equally welcoming. So I said, what about the name Rottweiler that you're born with? What about that breed and pedigree? He says, do I look like that? The only thing I know is to give love. And that's when I said, yes, that's true. He's giving love, he's receiving love. He's short one leg, but he's not short on his quality of life. He's not short on his enthusiasm. He's not short on giving affection or receiving it. And he's so optimistic about everything. He says, see, I can still do potty. I still can pee. I can walk. What else do I want, Uma? What else do I want? I have people who call me family. I think that was really beautiful.
I'm sure, मतलब मेरे लिए अगर मैं भी उस डॉग को देखती तो आई वुड हैव बीन लाइक ओ माय गॉड पुअर सोल, कितनी सफरिंग है इसकी लाइफ में. कम्युनिटी डॉग्स, क्योंकि देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स गोइंग अराउंड फॉर कम्युनिटी डॉग्स. उनको फीडिंग, कोर्ट्स आर इन्वॉल्व उनकी रेस्क्यू में, एंड a lot is happening, and I don't need to give a background to it because most of the people are aware about it. So when it comes to community dogs, क्या उनकी suffering हमें सफरिंग लगती है पर उन्हें नहीं लगती?
So कोई डॉग्स ऐसे होते हैं जिनको उनकी सफरिंग नहीं लगती है. To give you another example of this, every time that I see an animal in need, I am always going to ask the animal, do you want me to help you?
Okay.
If the animal says, yes, I want help, I will go and help.
But Uma, that's okay. You can speak to them. What about poor souls like us?
So as a rule, when you can help, you should help. That we all do anyway. Okay. So they don't look at their life as suffering. For example, there's a dog here called Spotty. Spotty was earlier fed by 2-3 people. Then those 2-3 people went somewhere, and now I go to feed him once in a while. And he's so smart. He's made himself at home inside a restaurant premise. Okay. So he gets leftovers there. Huh? He's not fed like whole soul, good food, some good food, or rice and chicken and vegetables. Nothing like that. He gets leftovers. He says, but do you know, Uma, I had tandoori chicken. I had another flavor chicken. And I had another flavor chicken. How many dogs can get to eat such a variety in one day? So I said, okay, I understand. Also, according to me, he's living.
No, all these animals are much more optimistic than what humans are, I feel now. I'm like a lesser being. Obviously, they are at a higher pedestal than what we are. But मुझे तो अभी ऐसे ही feel हो रहा है कि हमें कुछ पता ही नहीं है. All of this happens through our subconscious. I just want to understand all of this. Does it happen on a subconscious level?
You can call it subconscious level. You can call it a higher plane. You can call it what you want. Basically, it is so natural, Diksha, that it's as simple as our breath.
Okay. And Uma, can you also tell me, do pets emulate the personality of their owners or their caregivers?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. In many cases, they do something called mirroring, where they you must have seen this video which was doing the rounds of in COVID, where there's this dog who is limping along with a man who's walking with crutches, and then as the man reaches home, the dog stops limping and uses all his four legs to walk around. Did you see it? It was one of the most videos back then. So when the dog was out,
yes.
So when the dog was out, he was just mirroring his humans' physical condition, just for the sake of it. Probably he was just doing it out of fun or whatever, just to bring solidarity or whatever. But animals do that at home as well. So if their caregiver is feeling low or sad or something, the animal will start displaying similar emotions, and then it is up to the caregiver to figure out why the animal is doing that. If the caregiver realizes that for no reason I'm feeling sad and the same is being reflected by my animal, then things can change. The caregiver automatically says there's no need for me to be sad, and the animal also on the side will start changing. They also absorb.
Yeah. I think animals are here to teach us a lesson and to discipline us and to school us कि ये गलत है, इतनी छोटी छोटी बातों में दुखी नहीं हुआ जाता.
Yes, correct. They live in the present moment में जो कुछ भी है उससे उन्हें जितनी खुशी मिलती है उतनी खुशी की शायद किसी और को मिले ही ना. आज क्या है, खाना है, कल नहीं है, ठीक है ढूंढेंगे, परसों मिलेगा. ऐसे आज मुझे बेड पे नहीं सोने दे रहे मेरे ह्यूमंस, ठीक है कोई नहीं, I'll sneak on the sofa little later.
उमा,
ऐसा भी होता है.
नहीं एक्चुअली मतलब मुझे तो पता ही था, लेकिन आपके साथ this conversation which I am having today, it's on a very formal front. Otherwise both of us communicate on a very personal level because that's about my boys. So अभी जो हमारी conversation हो रही है, it's an eye opener for me despite knowing what animal communication is. Lastly, Uma, has this thing spread in India? लोगों को इसके बारे में awareness आ रही है?
बहुत awareness आ रही है, बहुत लोग सिखा भी रहे हैं और बहुत लोग सीख भी रहे हैं. It's growing. It's a big industry. Pet industry as it is going to explode. It's already in that phase. तो उसके साथ ये भी बढ़ेगा. Allied industry तो बढ़नी ही है.
And lastly, Uma, because आपने बोला कि लोग सिखा रहे हैं और लोग सीख रहे हैं, so I know that you teach animal communication. So is it possible for you to share your social media handles so that my viewers, whoever is interested, can get in touch with you for learning or for communicating with their loved pets?
Happy to share that, Diksha. It's Uma_Karve on Instagram and Uma Karve Chakranarayan on Facebook and Uma Karve on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much, Uma. It was actually a lovely conversation and too personal for me because I am a pet parent, and I am always fascinated with what my boys tell me. But this sort of podcast or formal communication with you was just another experience for me. Thank you so much for sparing your time and joining us on Sawal That Matters.
Thank you, Diksha. And this is a topic which is really close to my heart, and your boys are also very special for me. So it's been a pleasure to interact with you in such a formal setting, as you said.